say magic died in those days of old. They say magic ceased to exist. However, magic never really died.
That's right, baby, I'm back. Sorry for the long break there between videos, guys, as I'm sure most of you know from those who follow my social feeds, as well as the community tab on my channel, I've had a lot of shit thrown on my plate this past month. For those who may not have seen those posts, to briefly break it down for you, my grandma is not doing so well health-wise right now. About a month ago, she was diagnosed with a brain tumor. On top of that, I also had to find a new place to live pretty last minute. So a lot of my spare time when I wasn't working or helping take care of my grandma was spent looking for an apartment, which left virtually little to no time for videos. The somewhat good news is my grandma did start receiving treatment for her cancer, but we're still not sure what to expect, which is kinda scary. Now, as far as future videos go, I've got some good news and some potentially bad news for some of you. First, the good news. My hunt for an apartment is over. And the best part, I've already moved in and mostly settled into it. Speaking of which, this is my first time recording in this new space on this setup, so please let me know if there are any issues with the audio of the video down in the comments so I can adjust accordingly. I should have time to get back to regularly uploading again now. I do still have a bit more things to unpack though, as well as some other things to get to kind of make the place feel like home. So with that being said, my upload schedule still won't be what it was previously, but I'm going to do my best to get back into the groove of things and try to upload one video a week every Friday. Now for the potentially bad news. Before I was forced to take a break from creating, I was already pretty burnt out on Animation Throwdown. I thought that the break from it might change my outlook on it, but honestly, it only served to increase my disdain for certain aspects of this game. Once I stopped focusing on the creative and entertaining side of it, and focused more on just playing the game like I did before I started making videos, I started to see the cracks in the facade there. I knew the power creep between the old and new cards was there, but I didn't realize just how much of a gap there really was. I have a full maxed out legendary deck for every single trait in the game, including enough Mythic cards to run nothing but Mythic combos if I wanted to. I can even run full Combo Mastery level 2 or higher decks in some cases for some of these traits. With how much money I've sunk into this game, it's really disheartening to know that in order to stay competitive, it's not even enough to play strategically with skill anymore, but a requirement to keep spending non-stop. There are plenty of other things I would rather spend my money on than to continuously and endlessly throw money at this bottomless pit that is this game. What's more, with the revelation of the mass bannings of all of the accounts of players that cheated the system by beefing up their decks with fraudulently purchased gems a few weeks back, and the fact that I still come across a lot of these banned players' accounts with insane Combo Mastery 3 decks of the newest combos with the power creep built in on top of it, it really drives home the point that none of my past purchases really matter at all in the grand scheme of things, and honestly, they feel really devalued for the fact that the cheaters' decks are still in the game. So due to all of that, along with the fact that this game already brings me very little to no entertainment or joy anymore, I've made the decision that it's about time to finally call it quits for Animation Throwdown. I've been making videos for this game for a little over a year now, and it's been a fun ride, but all good things must come to an end eventually. Which leads me into my next topic, the future of this channel. With all that being said, I'm not planning on quitting the game right away. I will still be making Animation Throwdown videos for at least another month, maybe 2, just at a pace of 1 video a week. And before I quit altogether, I will be putting out a top tips guide utilizing my vast expanse of knowledge and experience of this game over the last 2.5 years since the game first launched. From deck building best practices and strategy, and pretty much anything you could want to know to be able to do well in the game. As for what comes next, I'm still working with my same old computer, which is outdated and limiting for what I can play and record. I know I've been talking about getting a new computer for months now. I already have all the parts picked out for the final build, and I'm just waiting on some money that I'm expecting to have coming in within the next month. Once that comes in, I'm pulling the trigger on getting that thing built, and from there so many more new and exciting possibilities will open up. When that time comes, I'll officially be transitioning into new and other games. I'll have the capability to start hosting live streams, as well as doing some Let's Plays of console games and some other PC games. I do have a lot of games and potential series in mind already that I've been thinking about for a while. One of which is still being my plan for a Pokemon Nuzlocke attempt, which if you guys are still interested in watching me potentially fail at a children's game, let's go. I also have another card game that I've been playing a lot with I Am Here for the Win that I think you guys will really enjoy watching us play, as it is a true multiplayer game. As well as some other potential collaborations that I'm positive you guys will love and find hysterical once I can get those off the ground. And one other thing that I have been considering doing is potentially bringing back live Magic performances back to the channel. I was thinking of maybe doing a once-a-month video of performing some street magic routine or something of the like. I say once a month for it because the logistics of it are quite a bit more complex than the gaming videos are, as I have to actually script out a routine, practice it, coordinate with someone to film it, and actually set aside some time to go out and do it. While it wouldn't be quite as frequent as the gaming content, it will definitely be of a higher quality because of all that prep and time that would go into it, which I think would make it well worth the wait for once a month. Let me know down in the comments section if this is something you'd enjoy watching, and if enough people are into it, we'll try to make it a reality. I'll also put up a poll on screen if you want to vote on it that way too. Now, I know a lot of you guys exclusively watch me for Animation Throwdown, and a lot of you might not be happy with these changes and might stop watching my content altogether. And if you do, I understand, and regardless, I sincerely thank you for the time you have spent with me. However, I do invite you to stick around for the new content and continue hanging out with me and everyone else while we journey down this new exciting road together. And to those of you who have stuck by me all this time, from the beginning and even during this extended break I just took, thank you so much. And a special thank you to those of you who actually reached out to me via social media just to check in on how I was doing throughout it all and to see how my grandma was doing. It truly meant so much to me to know that I have such a loyal fan base and such caring fans. It's truly humbling. I look forward to what the future holds for us and this channel this coming year, and the future beyond that. Anyways, I'll catch you all next Friday. Peace.